Okay, sorry about that. I didn't have my mic on for most of this part of the video. So the VS Villagers mod is one of the two villager mods that we can utilize to make villagers here. And then the other one, oops, not that, H, is InDL, yes, InDL Villagers. And they have these little hats you make. And you need different types of cloth for different types of traders. And so we basically need to be working on cloth and leather. Although I do like that random one. That does seem like a good move to get started, but we'll get to that in a second. Oh, is there a gem on that block, or did that somehow... Oh no, it's a seed. Sorry, it's a walnut tree, I think. Anyway, this is just me bizarrely working on this project to see if I can make any progress on it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, whatever. That's probably pretty good. And you know, I think what I'll do is let's just get a chest. Actually, I'll just keep it simple. I don't have the filing. This is one annoying thing about chests in this game is you have to have the fucking nails to make them. But that's, I mean, it's understandable, but it's annoying. That's not gonna work either, is it? I do need an actual chest. All right. So I'll go grab a chest. Now, you can make these nail things in huge batches, and it's really not too bad, so I really shouldn't be complaining, but... and I have an entire thing of 49 of them, so, you know, it'd be fairly easy to make, but... I'm just going to put this chest over here to indicate that we're making the trader hall. Now, if we're going to do the NDL villagers, which is how the traders get spawned, then the question is, do we... Well, we may want to look up how this realistically works. I'm trying to get these evened out a bit. Okay, that goes back to the original. Okay. Okay, so that's fairly even. Okay, but yeah, so like, let's just pause the game for a minute and go over to the NDL Traders tab on the website here. Computer's running a little slow because I've got a lot going on, but NDL Traders, and that's going to come right up. So you have to craft the hat and place it down in a house meeting the spawn requirements. Lantern within 7, table. Sorry, lantern, table, bed, registered house, which is just a room. By the way, a room, you know, look this up, is a bounding box, essentially. A volume is a fully enclosed space whose interior volume fits a 14 by 14 by 14 bounding box. No gaps or holes at all. Certain blocks have unique conditions for being counted as solid, like glass panes, doors, trapdoors count as solid blocks regardless of the position. Slabs are counted as solid on the side that is flush. Yeah, so yeah, that's the room condition. All right, so basically we would want to fully enclose this space, and then again, sorry, we would need to get lantern tables and beds in here too, and we have to have a 4 block spacing between villagers, so it's gonna have to be kind of big. if we want to do this that way. So that is probably going to be a bit of a hassle, honestly. Yeah, we're going to want to make a floor here too somehow. But, you know, theoretically what we could do is we could have one villager here. I'll put this seed down over here. Okay, so we could have like one villager, like let's say here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then could I put another villager here? That way there would be a proper buffer. Okay. And so I'm not entirely convinced that's 3, 4 there. So I'm not entirely convinced that's not plausible. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could put one there. And so if I just did that around a hall and put a few beds next to in between and so forth, and you know, tables are easy, you know, and then we need to finish out the room, but obviously we can do that. And I think we'd be well on our way to creating a decent trading hall that's, yes, slightly inefficient based on how far away the villagers have to be, but nonetheless fair. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 traders. And then there's also, I should just say, if you type in trader, that's not quite right. Where would it be? Well, let me just see how I artisan. So yeah, trader. Why didn't that come up? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then there's also 2 more that I've added via mod, and these ones there's not a hat for, so I may have to just spawn them in. But you know, the sort of like in-world explanation for what I'm doing is that, you know, as my village expands, I felt that it was fairer and fairer to add traders just to have around, and I think that's still fair. Let me just for now make this all dirt. But I think that the time has come for me to do this, because I think I've earned the status of having like people around in the village, you know. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then we'll do the edge here, the wall there. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 villager, and then this is the wall. So yeah, I guess I can put the sand back there, but right. And that becomes the wall, and we can have asymmetry, but probably put, maybe the door can be like right here-ish, and we can make, I'll just make a birch door, why not? There we go. I'm not sure what kind of tree that is, but we'll be knocking that out anyway. Alright, so this is going to be the trading hall, and I think it's coming along nicely. I'm not going to build it all on today's episode, but I am going to do enough like this just to give you an idea of what we're thinking about here. And I love terraforming in this game. It's always so much fun. And I know that must sound, well, it might sound weird to somebody who's never played the game. I think most people who've played the game can maybe understand why it's enjoyable. Could be wrong. Here's an acacia sapling. Let's throw that there. And then, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this, because these will turn into walls, which is the nice thing. And in fact, it's not a bad floor either. You'd want to embellish it a bit, maybe, and probably it might be better to have a cobblestone floor of some sort. But it's definitely not a bad choice. I mean, if you had... this on the ground, for example, that's pretty nice. Alright, but if that's the door, then we'll make a little path here. Do I have any more? Yeah. Fuck. Almost enough to make that. Guess I could, grab... Oh, here we go. Just a tiny bit more from somewhere. I think there's a little hole I have over here. Somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, right. I haven't been down here in ages. Guess the occasional little bunny gets trapped down here. Okay, so that's that. Alright, so we'll put this here. So that's going to be our trading hall, and yeah, we'll just make it as big as we need to get all the traders in. I don't remember how many there were. But I'll do most of this off camera as well, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing there. Now next, let's talk about probably the easier type of trader to be getting. Let's see if I put that away. And that is going to be our VS villagers. Now, I've done this many times before in various playthroughs and so forth, but to get a VS villager, if we were to go to mods and just go to village, type in village or villager. Oh, this is that particular server's version of this, but the original mod is here. Okay. And to get villagers... Oh, we can actually... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we need to maybe... think about, well, okay, this is way too complicated, and we can definitely work on this and make villages and things, but we're gonna make our own village first. And what we got to do is we need to, it might be in game actually, now that I think about it. Well, all right, let me just try in game real quick. So, here's the thing. I found a VS village in the wilderness, and you can also just make a, let's see, I think it's a horn of calling or something. Yes, a horn like this to summon your first villager. So let's do it that way. And yeah, we're in the process of being attacked here, so I'm going to sleep real quick. I'm going to go away over here and sleep, but then we will be making a horn. I need to make a path to this village door here. Okay, and it's 4 a.m. That should be partially... See, even this building would not count as a room right now, I don't think, because it's not fully sealed up. It's close, but I'm not sure if those slabs count. Yeah, we've made a whole bunch of blue fabrics here, and I could put these down the ground like this. We need these for some armors too. I'll show you. So if I go like that, it's yeah, the Forlorn Hope breastplate, for example, needs 2 of those. We can actually make some different things. We can make these if we had the right thing, blueprint. Make certain saddle blankets, blah blah blah. But the main thing is for that armor, but then also for this little guy here, and that's, we just need 1 for that. So probably this is about as much blue cloth as we're going to need for the whole game. Make a blue cat bed. What was that again? The cat bed? Okay, that's just 2. It's kind of nice. Oh. Okay, let's get our tools back in our customary positions here. Okay, so yeah, we're getting more and more of these resources as we go, but if I put these cat beds here, I wonder if that'll attract my cats to hang out here more. Because they're kind of getting all over the place, to be honest. And this is a nice little place for them. It looks like this one's heading for it. This is Shimmy. I've got, like I said, 4 cats. Alright. And there is Kellogg as well. And maybe Kellogg will go over there. Alright. But in order to get more fun little cloth, let's think about red dye. So red dye can be made with cinnabar. That's interesting. I don't know what some of those are. Ooh, chalk pigments. That's fun. But yeah, so 5-to-1 ratio. So 50 water is 10 crushed cinnabar. And I think I have about a stack of cinnabar. And to crush that, we would pulverize it. Interesting. Okay. So let's... No need to be... too squeamish about that. We'll just throw that in there. Got some... a little bit of organizing I could do here, maybe. It's chromite, hitlindite. I don't think that crushes, does it? Ilmenite and chromite. Okay, so... And so we need 10, I believe it was, of that, so that's good. By the way, I think I put a thing of charcoal in here, did I? No, I didn't. I need to. What is the charcoal powder ratio? Is that 1-to-1? I think it's 1-to-1. Might just want to double check that before I get to... Oh, that's this guy. These guys are annoying. There's too many of them, you know? I just feel like the mod puts too many of these in the world, and, you know, certainly if you're just starting out, they'd be a real pain in the ass. They're already a pain in the ass for me, and I'm pretty advanced. But if you're just starting out, it'd be terrible. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh man, he threw me off of my rhythm too. Just gonna have a quick bite to eat. Okay, that's probably good enough for now. Alright, so... Oh yeah, the charcoal, right. Alright, got a whole stack there. Oh, by the way, I think I could use... Yeah. Oh, that's done, okay. I'll be doing a little bit of metalworking this episode. But let me just put this in here, see how long that's going to take to mash one up. Let me just watch this and make sure it's 1-to-1. I think I'm 99% sure sulfur is 2-to-1, and we lose sulfur if we put a whole stack in without hoppers. And so I think this is probably the right move. What's it, 50, 60, yeah. Okay, so it's 1-to-1, so that's good. Okay. So, I'll let that work on its thing. Yeah, let's talk about metalworking. So, first and foremost, let me put this copper away. But just made a bunch more of these fire bricks, which can go here. And I've also made a whole bunch of these tier 3 refractory bricks. These are unfired so far. Here's the fired ones, and they'll be used to repair, increasingly to repair this, so I don't have to use up these lesser types of bricks as often. Let me just pop that so it's not hot anymore. Tier 3s break rarely. Tier 2s and tier 1s break pretty frequently. So, let me just circle the place and see if there's anything I'm missing. Doesn't look like it. Okay, I think we're good. So I need one, I need like 4 or 5 bricks. Now, it's not a bad idea to use these up as you can. That's tier 2. Those are tier 1, sorry. And then we've got these tier 2s we can make into something as well. And it's not a bad idea to just use these up as you go. But the tier 3s would almost never break. And so eventually, once we get low on the lower bricks, we'll certainly be looking to use tier 3s a lot. Okay, so I think that's that side. That looks good. So you can see we've got a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 all in a row there. And they're just kind of interspersed, and we're slowly but surely upgrading. We could make another steel furnace very easily at this point, but it's not really a priority, I guess. I don't know. It looks good. Yeah, tier 1, tier 2. And then you would want to take your charcoal here and your coffin. You go ahead and put the coffin down, and if you can put the charcoal in like that, that means you've got a successful containment. I'll put that charcoal back for now. We'll come back and start a new set of steel at some point, but the reason I'm talking about all this is because we're going to make a coke oven now. In order to make cupronickel ingots, we need a coke oven, and you can make coke oven with any tier of brick, but it's most economical to just use these basic ones. So if you were to take a few of these, you can make these fireclay bricks. Okay, and let me just show you this. Oh, there's my cute little kitty. Good thing that's not operating right now. It is definitely getting cold out, though. You can see that. But I'm trying to think where I want to place this, and I think maybe the answer is right about here. I think I'm going to make this here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So we're just going to take a bunch of these, and we're just going to take a bunch of this mortar. I just have this laying around for specifically making stuff over here with the furnace. I just maxed that out now. And put these blocks back. We're going to have to make a path along here, but basically when you're making coke furnaces, what you want to do is you want to go like this. And you're basically doing a 3-dimensional shell around a center block, just like that. Okay. And that is the basics of a coke furnace. And then you put this block right there. And now we have a literal coke furnace. Now, what we do to operate this beauty is we take some lesser form of coal, like brown coal, and we'll simply place this in here. Okay, so that is a full coke furnace, and we can go ahead and probably should get a torch holder and a torch over here, but for now I'll just use this. And let me just make sure this is, well, just to show you, just to clarify, if you go to the guide and just type in coke oven, I guess it's called fire clay bricks or any type of refractory brick, iron hatch door, 3x3 cube, refractory bricks, center empty, and one of the 4 cardinal directions from the center also empty. So we've correctly made the coke oven. We need coke to make our cupronickel ingots because it's the only fuel that burns at 1340, which is way better than... And so there we go. We got the tooltip there. That means it's working. And so I'm going to start the next one. You can just string these in a line like this. And this is valid. You can share the wall. That's why you should do it this way. It's more efficient. But eventually we'll put this, one of these doors on this one, and we'll finish this out. I'll have to make more fire clay bricks. Now, in order to keep our fire clay brick production up, we really need to start thinking about mass working on a beehive kiln, which allows us to do much more clay working all at the same time. So in order to do that, I'm going to type in our beehive kiln, and what we need to do is get a kiln door. Now, a kiln door could be any of the 3 refractories. We're going to use tier 3. And we need 4 iron rods and 4 nails and strips of some type. Now, iron rods, I believe, are smithed. And I think I was thinking about making this earlier, so let's put those away, and then I'll start this up. We'll smith out some iron rods. I'll put this down there. And let's put these blister steel ingots down. Our metal is coming along nicely. I've been slowly but surely making meteoric chain with the thinking that I'd like to make a set of meteoric full plate. This is made by taking a meteoric chain, which requires 11, and then putting plates on it. Same process for the pants, which require 6. And so I've actually got 6, so I could make the meteoric chain pants right now. But I think it makes sense to make the harder thing first, so I'm going to keep building that up. It's kind of what I've been doing with iron and steel as well. I want to make full plates of everything. But anyway, let's wait for this to heat up. It's getting there. Not sure if 2 iron ingots are enough. Well, for the metal rods, it surely will be. Okay, it's almost ready. Okay, let's go ahead and do one of these here. Iron rod. Not sure if this gives me one at a time or what, but... And I've got the Master Smith perk upgraded now, so I can actually... this actually works pretty well now. There you go. They nerfed that a while back. Okay, so let's see. There's 2. Do I need a second one then? Yeah. Okay, so I think that it just comes in batches of 2 at a time. Could be wrong. Either that or I got a duplicator, which is one of the smithing perks that we can get. Okay, and we did not get a fourth one there. So I am going to need at least one more, so... Oh, that's steel. Let's just make 2 more to be thorough. Because I'm sure we'll need these for other things too, you know. Yeah, we need it for a fruit press. We would need it for a graded trapdoor, which looks like a cool thing, and an iron chain link, which is used in... Oh, I can make those... What are these used for? iron chain, which, oh, okay, we could actually make iron chain a slightly different way by making an iron rod would go into 16 links. A 16 links would then go into one of these if I had copper pliers. Okay, so that's cool. I could actually make iron chain by using one ingot rather than the two that I currently use, so that would be handy. Okay. Well, anyway, this is... And then we need to, get 4 of those and 12 of those. Now, I've got the 12 tier 3 bricks, so let's grab those. And then let's grab 4 nail fitting dealios from our storage of those. Okay, and then we'll go finish out our iron rods. We'll probably have 1 extra, it looks like. Maybe 2 if we get a duplicate. Okay, that went faster than my other one. I like it. Okay, there we go. So we've got 5. That leaves us with 1 extra. And that is cool. Alright, so we'll go ahead and make this up now. And I've never made one of these before, so this should be fun. Tier 3 beehive kiln door. Now I'm going to go ahead and think about placing this like right about... We do have an entry downstairs there. What if we did it like right here? Probably to get rid of that, but let me just shift. Okay, that's cool. If I control right click it, we need 67 blocks, it says, and I'm going to go ahead and knock this out real quick. Alright. And I could probably place those just down there for now. Okay, so this, if I go to the beehive kiln thing, okay, kiln door, blah, blah, blah. 3 by 3 by 3, the floor space must be composed of 9 refractory gratings. So this here is the 9 refractory gratings, okay? And let's just start with that. So I'm going to need more mortar, I can already tell you. I probably need more refractory bricks, but let's just see how far along we can get with what we do have. Here's mortar. Okay, we don't need 221. I'll take the 664 though. Alright, and then, alright, here are our fire tier 3s. And I am going to go with tier 3 on this to the extent that I can, because this is also a multi-block that has the ability to break, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So make those 9. That's 6. There's 9. Okay. Okay. I didn't fuck it up. It just doesn't stack conveniently to 9. Okay. Okay, so let me just control... Okay, so that's better. So that means... Why is... Oh, that's because of that plant. Okay. And I'm guessing that needs to be. Okay, so what do we got now? Okay, so we've gotten rid of the red. And so I'm guessing the rest of these... Oh, that needs to be... Okay, that's red too. Is that red? Okay, yep. So we need to basically replace all of these with refractory brick blocks. Is that... What is that? A bowl? Why do I have... Oh. Alright, let's get that back. And we're going to need... So we'd need 3 by 3 by 3 by... and then 2 on this side. No, we need 3. So we need 12. Yeah. All right. So let's just start with that. And yeah, this little hole they occasionally come through, which is talented. I'm impressed that they can make it all the way through there. Okay. So oh yeah. I'll just do that. And we've made 4. Okay. Long way to go. And the irony, of course, is that this is a method of making pottery more efficiently. But the irony is that it's going to take a minute to get to that point. So let me just... Okay, so now we've gotten rid of the red blocks, but obviously we need to fill in all of this with the refractory brick blocks. And I'm sure glad I'm using tier 3s, because this is going to be a project. Alright, so that is how we make the beehive kiln, and I'm going to continue to work on this on my own time. Obviously, the next thing to do here is to keep burning out our tier 3 factory bricks using conventional methods. And for that matter, we need... What is happening here? Are these fired? Unfired? Oh, they're tier 2s. Okay. Sorry. Yep, those are tier 2. Okay, so these are... Yep, so we'll keep making these. And then at some point we'll make another coke oven. And we'll use the fire clay bricks for that one specifically. That's got 32 hours left, so those do take a while. That's why you want multiple coke ovens. I've got one more coke oven hatch there too. Those you can just smith, by the way. I smith that off camera. Ultimately, you probably want at least 4 coke ovens, I think. So that'll be one wall, oven, and then this will be the edge of it. And so it'll end there. And so to kind of fill this in, I probably should, at the very least, just put some dirt down here. There we go. Okay, this is starting to feel coherent. Or whatever. And this is just, I don't know, a little embellishment, I guess. Okay, so that is going to be our coke oven. This is going to be our beehive kiln, and this is just our little... It's an extension off of our blacksmith, a little production area, I suppose. Okay, I like that. I'm very pleased with that. It's a lot of work, but it's gonna be good when it's done. Let me put this mortar back in here, just so that's not getting lost anywhere. Did I get it all in there? I must have. Okay, and then so the last thing I want to do, kind of on today's episode, is just a little bit of Rustbound magic. Let me put this iron rod away. 1 second. And we'll just put this here for now. Alright. So to do Rustbound... Oh, and let's make the red dye first. So yeah, theoretically... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 8 hours, and that'll be red dye. Now, in order to dye any color of cloth, we, first have to mordant the cloth. And so I'm going to get 16 of these, which you just make by putting a stick next to a sheet of cloth there. And then you would put these in here, which is diluted cassiterite. And eventually it becomes mordanted cloth. Now, then you would put the mordanted cloth in a barrel of dye, and it becomes that color. So that's how we made all this blue, that's how we made this black. And that's how we've got our, well, I think I found the brown. We also have plain and white cloth here too. The white cloth, we made that for a reason. Let me just check what that is. Oh, it's for the VS picture frame, of course, but that mod is broken, so we couldn't actually use it. What kind of trader is that? That's commodities? Okay. And they need black leather too. Unfortunately, our leather is way over in the butchery area, so we don't have ready access to it that easily. Alright. Well, we're going to do Rustbound Magic next, so let me just get ready for that. And take a look at our chickens here. 2 days, 1 day. Gen 3. We've got Gen 3 and Gen 1 running around in here, so we should probably cull them a little bit and get our later generation chickens prioritized. There's a fox, which always concerns me. Aww. Okay, so, and our bees are still buzzing. Is that a bug? You'd think they'd go dormant by now. Okay, I'll just sleep in the tower over here. Oh, and it looks like our plants are ready again. I'm gonna forego harvesting them on camera. I'll do that off camera. We'll just go ahead and take a quick rest. Okay. And it's 4 a.m., but that should be fine. It'll be light-ish soon. No snowfall yet. Could be today. But as you'll see here, we've been expanding our stuff a great deal. We've got more storage. We've got tons of resources. And we're ready to go. So taking the book, you know, we need a spell forge. We need to do maybe the ritual where we turn an obelisk into the dark version and the light version. We need a utility block, an elemental crystal. We do have a runic scroll. We need to get a runic scroll too. We need a gateway core. Just look that one up. This guy is working on this mod pretty hard lately, and so when we see things pop in here sometimes, we don't, it could be relatively new. Eldrathnium ingots. Yeah, so I gotta figure out how to do Eldrathnium. But I guess the main thing that I wanted to do on this mod today is level up, because as you can see, our MP is out of 50 now. And it says in here, growing as a mage, blah, blah, blah. We can go from apprentice to archmage or magician when we get casting spell and crucible. Oh, here we go. Okay. It's crucible. So when we get to 50, we can go to tier 1 to tier 2, or you know, we have to get 200 to get to tier 3. Relic of Awakening. We need info will state it is in magic tier upgrade status. Enter the portal and start meditation. Okay, I see. Okay, so we need to make this. And thematic workbench. We need some kind of ash. Light, neutral, or dark ash. I think I can get I may not have been saving. Unfortunately, I think I haven't been saving those. I've been using them for experience. Do I have any? Yes, I do. I have a whole row of them. Okay, good. So, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got those 4. I just need 8 ash of some sort. How do I get ash? Neutral essence infusion. Is it just rust? It looks like this. So what if I put this here and just I don't know. Just put this in here. I enjoy making essence, you know. And it is connected, right? Like connect to metric station 1. Right. Okay. So it is connected. I need to make this ash product. Ingredient for... Okay. This is frustrating. I'm sure... Look, I like this guy, the guy that made this mod. It is just so damn challenging to figure out how some of these, like... And I'm sure it's frustrating, like, to be, like, aware of how it works and then not know based on reading. I'm sure it's tucked away somewhere. So what I'm really looking for is ash, right? I'm not seeing anything there. Arcanus. That's Runestone. Okay, Magical Rune, Mana Torch, Arcanus. Primordial Fragment. Just remind me again. Okay, those are ingredients for Eldrathnium. Eldrathnium is an ingredient for the ingot. The ingot's an ingredient for a lot of things. Botanical Matrix. Magic Bridge. Magic Ward. Mana Stream Generator creates a magical mana stream that allows players to reach new heights. Could be like an elevator. Stability Stabilizer creates a magic field that stabilizes passive stability lost in area for nearby players. Inert Rift Weave channels rust energy to trigger a rift. Inert Mana Lantern. Okay. Essence Core. So that doesn't seem to be... It doesn't seem to be key. What about this guy? Glimmering Compound? No. Spellforge. Yeah, I'm not reading anything there either. Okay, well, let me just do this. Ash. If I type in ash... Let me just try light ash. Light Essence Infusion. Created by Thaumic Workbench Light Essence Infusion. Essence Infusion Catalyst. Rustic Compound. What is a rustic compound? It's one of these things. Okay, do we have any rustic compounds? Let me just see if that's what we need to do. Because, and I know that I was reading Light Infusion, but I'm sure it works the same for this. We do have Primordial Fragments, but I need to do rustic compounds. Rustic compounds are made... Rot... Oh yeah, that's pretty easy. Okay. So if I do some rot, some of that, and some of that, I believe. Yeah. Okay, we'll make all that into those. And now these can be infused into ash, right? These objects can be converted into something new with a thaumatic workbench that is linked to an estrogen. The essence type used can affect the outcome. Okay, so I think that is good. I think that is good. Okay, so if I go to the thaumatic workbench and place this here. Yeah, okay. So let me just let that go. I'll save 6 of those. I'll do half of them. And that seems to be working. In the meantime, how are we doing on this? These take forever to boil off. I think this one's about done. And this is working. There we go. Okay, so that is our neutral ash that we needed. So we figured it out the hard way. And now this will be used to create this. We need 8 of these, so we're going to get 12. So that'll be good. Okay, so I'll let that continue. And then, actually, this may be the first time we successfully use the Crucible, too. That'll be wild. I'll put these down here. Alright. Let's look up another type of wand we can do, because I feel like we need more wands. So, wand. How do we make a fireball wand? Oh, okay. That looks kind of cool. Let's make some fireball wands. I think we can just do that on this guy. So we have fire crystals. I don't have that many fire crystals. I'll do 1. That bone. And was it the fiber that we put on here? Yes. Okay, so there's that one. What other kinds of wands can we do? Aqua burst. And that's just a elemental crystal. Aqua. Stone fist. Okay, well, let's just see what kind of crystals we have a lot of and use that. Alright, so we've got... I'm going to put all this up here. I'm going to put my basic ingredients in this one. And that includes our small rust crystals. Small earth. Okay, so we can do earth. And that's going to give us stone fist. Okay, so that's kind of fun. Okay, we're going to need 2 of these. And I'll take these 2 ones into my inventory as well. And I think we need a couple of the... How many of these do we need for that Sigil of Awakening? Just 1. Oh, not Transcendence. We need the Awakening. Okay, yeah, 2. And then 2 of those. Okay. So I'm good on that, and we just need the 8 dust here. Okay. Okay. And so that will give us this. And then we throw it in there and meditate, I guess. Okay, so... Okay, Sigil of Awakening. That is awesome. Alright, basic ingredients. I'm going to throw that back in there. Okay. And actually, let's throw this dust in here too. Okay. So now with the Sigil of Awakening, which probably is the only time I'll ever make this, dissolve in a crucible. Yeah. So, here we go. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. I need to get my mana up to 50, the full amount. So we're going to take one of our wands and just sit down on the ground for a minute. This is our fireball wand. Let me just real quick cast a fireball. I'm curious if it actually sets things on fire. First, I'm going to aim for this pig right there. Hopefully the spell cast time goes down as I level up. Oh, I did a transmutation. Okay, this is an actual fireball because I'm not sneaking. Okay. Did that hit him? Doesn't look like it did anything. Is there somebody closer? Let's try this chicken. Doesn't seem to have affected them. Okay. Well, I don't need to do that. Let me, let's just focus on the task at hand, which is leveling. I'll probably go a little crazy on this meditation. Because it takes a good long time and a good amount of temporal stability to level, or to get your magic meter charged up. And almost every time now it makes me go crazy, as you can clearly see here. It's gonna start causing me damage, and when that happens, it breaks my concentration. Although I'm so close, so close. But fortunately, that my X skills perks caused me to regain stability very quickly. Okay, so we just got down to 4 to go. So I'll just grab the last couple of those real quick. Okay, there we go. So now we have 50, and let me just double check this. All right. Throw the desired sigil into an idle crucible. You will see the portal change, and the block info will state it is in magic tier upgrade status. Enter the portal and start meditation. The portal. Is that the crucible, I assume? The crucible change how it works. To move your maximum mana, blah, blah, 50. So the crucible should be used to create various Arcanus, Eldrathian bits, and elemental crystals when possible. So, again, we're still a little derpy on that, but what is all this? All right, so I think we're still kind of in this kind of state. All right, so as far as I can tell, I've got everything I need. Held item not compatible. Okay. Hello. Okay, this is very annoying. Can I just sit down, or does that do anything? Well, at least I'm not dying. Dissolve in a crucible. Is there just something wrong with my crucible? I have never been able to get this fucker to work. Let me just rebuild it real quick. Okay, it seems to be working. Do I hold it in this hand? No. Oh, there it goes. That is working. Magic upgrade mode. Okay. G. And it should give me a thing. Okay, there it goes. Is that working? I think it should be. Somewhat difficult to tell. It said 10 seconds. It's been longer than 10 seconds. Hello? I mean, I'm getting particles. It still says magic tier upgrade mode. I'm in the portal, right? Well, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So that obviously should have worked by now. Is there a reason why I've got 50 out of 50? Do I need like an extra one? Do I need to like right click it, left click it, shift right click? Alright. Okay, so here's the mod page. Alright, well, I am just trying to... It's a lot of feedback on this mod. I have to say, it just seems like it's still a little rough. Look, I can't like sit here and fault the guy for not being able to figure out how to get all this information conveyed easily, but yeah, it got started. I don't know what any of that is. All right, well, I think mod troubleshooting. Can I do this? Nope, that's not useful. Extension. 1 month ago. 1 year ago. Okay. Now there's a whole Reddit about it. Yeah, these are too far ago. All right. Well, we tried. I will have to keep trying. To either 50, max amount to 50, blah blah blah. Only magical experience max mana is used. You will know you qualify if you see green arrows on the HUD next to your mana bar. Arrows next to your mana bar. Okay, I don't seem to see that actually. Okay, so maybe I need to get more levels. Okay, so one last idea is just get 51. Maybe I'm like just shy. So I guess I could try that. And another thought I had was, what if I intentionally had less than full mana? Okay, I did get the pig that time. And then meditated up there to get the to start recharging my mana in the actual thing. And now I'm pretty sure it said I had to have full mana before I started the ritual, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and level up to 51, just to kind of have a little buffer, and then we'll see what happens. If it's that simple, then I'll be fine. You know, it's just like I'm like 49.9 and not 50 according to the code or something. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shitty kind of thing that can happen. All right, let's go with this one. Okay, and we'll go with this one. Okay. And we're almost there on the leveling, as you can see by the white meter above my mana bar. A couple more should do it. Always nice to have, a bunch of these resources as well. I mean, these basic resources can be used even inefficiently without the Crucible. I can use these to make increasingly complex resources, which I can use then to just feel very comfortable with moving on and experimenting with things in this mod. I mean, the truth is that the documentation of this mod, as was stated in a post on Reddit just then, is not great. I'll replant these after the episode, but I'm just gonna finish harvesting them real quick. Okay. So it said there's going to be a little arrow next to the magic meter that indicates I'm eligible for an upgrade. Yes, there's 46. I think I had 50. So 46 out of 50, that's a 92% retention rate there. That's not bad. Okay, we'll put that there. And then, yeah, that's it. Alright, so we're still in magic tier upgrade. Let's try this with less than full mana and see if it does anything. It said it takes 10 seconds. But again, it's weird because I may have to have 50 mana. And see that, and the green arrow next to the magic bar might be that little green thing